Hey, it's Christopher here with another episode of Geared Up for Summer, where we're sitting down with Jo to talk about camping. But before we get into this video, let's roll that beautiful B-roll. Well, thank you so much for sitting down.
Absolutely.
For those who don't know you, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell folks what you do here.
My name is Jo Miceli. I outfit people for backpacking and hiking and give them recommendations on things that they'll need for their trips.
Well, great, because today we're talking about camping. So let's just say that I'm new. I'm a customer walking in. I'm not someone who's necessarily experienced with camping. Where do I get started? What do I need to think about?
Not underestimating getting started is a big deal. People will go online and look up articles and stuff like that and think that they have all the answers. And while that can be extremely helpful, it's best to come in and talk to somebody. And the experts here can certainly help with that. One of the most important things is to understand that not one size fits all when it comes to gear. It's best to try out the gear before purchasing it and really find out what fits you. If you're looking to get started and you haven't come into the store yet, we have a template packing list on our website and everything. So you can kind of check that out before you come into the store to kind of get an idea of what we're going to be going over and stuff like that.
So what are some key areas that I should focus on when I'm first investing in gear? What are some things that we should be considering, like footwear, sleeping pad, backpack, and tent? What are some things we should consider when looking at those items?
Again, not one size fits all. We're at a point, especially with footwear, it's imperative that you get good footwear. There are only a few things that I tell people, hey, if you're gonna skimp on things, these are not the things to skimp on. And footwear is one of them. And so what we started doing is recommending a trail running shoe versus a boot, given this scenario and the trip that they're gonna be on. The trail running shoe technology has come a very long way with the grip, the heel cup, and the anti-bruising technology. But the different footwear doesn't always fit everybody the same.
Yep.
For example, we have a brand Ultra and a brand Hoka. People who like Hoka tend to not like Ultra and vice versa. But both are excellent brands and excellent quality. So it's good to come in and try those on, see what you prefer.
Yeah, things like tents, for example. Again, some of my favorite content creators are in Canada. So the conditions there are very different than here.
Absolutely.
When you're picking things like a tent, because that's obviously one of the things, if you're going out and your goal in camping is to do, again, outdoors, not necessarily in a camper. What are some of the things you recommend folks look at when picking a tent?
A few of the things are how compact it is and how light it is. Also, the room that you're going to need inside. I had somebody come into the store a couple weeks ago and they're doing a backpacking trip as a family, and he wanted a 2-person tent because he wanted to be able to lay out his gear at the end of the day and everything. And so that was really important for him. And they were going to be out on the trail for 40 plus days. And so also being light and compact is going to increase your longevity and decrease fatigue day to day as well.
So if I build a campfire, what are some of the safety tips? Because, nature and wildfires and whatnot.
A few things that I would consider are weather conditions. Know when it's the dry season, especially if you're going in an area that hasn't gotten a lot of rain recently. Wildfires can start very easily in dry conditions. Keeping that from happening, don't leave your fire unattended, and just kind of be smart about what you're doing. Always have water with you to put it out in case of an emergency.
Where are some places that we can go camping locally here that you think folks might enjoy?
So as far as getting started, I always suggest that people go out in their backyard, test out your gear first. If there's any problems with your gear, you're right at home. you can easily fix the problem or go inside. Once you figure out, okay, cool, all of my gear is good, they're a great place to go around here. We have Chico State Park and a numerous amount of state parks around Louisiana, as well as Kisatchie National Forest. And then if you'd like, you could also get up into Arkansas. There's Eagle Rock Loop, Buffalo River Trail, and then the entire Ozarks is great.
Arkansas, I mean, Louisiana is beautiful, but Arkansas has a very different scenery because of just the natural way that the water's cut through the land and the springs that they've got there. We have family that lives in Cherokee Village, Arkansas, and they're in Missouri. That whole area, we actually were on a work trip in Nebraska, and we actually went down and we went through the Ozarks coming back, and it was just a gorgeous place to be.
Area, for sure.
Yeah. Well, this is really, really great. Thank you so much for sharing all this incredible insight.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, Joe's been awesome. You can see Joe and all of the team here at Pack and Paddle when you're looking to take your next camping trip. Definitely stop by. He's got some great advice here, and I cannot agree more with all the advice that he's given. So if you're looking to take an adventure, obviously do a little bit of your own homework, but come and see the team here. They've got amazing gear and amazing selection. I think you would appreciate all the good brands. And again, they'll tell you all the pros and cons when you're planning your next trip. If you like this content, don't forget to hit that like button, press the subscribe button to stay up to date with everything we're producing. And as always, we hope you're doing well. We hope you're staying safe, and we'll see you in the next one.